All right, welcome in. We are going to get you ready for week number 4 in the NFL. The season's already flying by. I'm Holden along with our big guy, Ramon here. NFL Live Line, week 4 preview. Right after us, the boys will be taking you home, kegging the boys, live betting the 1 and 4 o'clock slates. And then we've got Sunday Night Football. I'll be hopping on for that. We got a couple of good games, don't we, coming up tonight? I'm looking forward to this stuff. I mean, I know Green Bay Dallas is not sexy, but I think for a Sunday night game, I'll take it. We'll take the Packers. We'll take the boys. We'll take some offense there. We got the Ravens at the Chiefs, a big game today. I think maybe one of the most fun games of the slate, the Bears at the Raiders. I think that could be a great game, an absolutely blow-up spot for the offenses. Ramon, how are you on this Sunday?
Yeah, we got to start early here. We're sweating out a little bit of a minor comeback, but this will be a big win for the Steelers here, recovering this onside kick here, going to win this game. And to go 3-1 right now, and hey, dare I say, maybe a contender here. Gainwell looking terrific out there. DK looking good. We're up to a fun start so far, and tough for the Vikings. They got to spend 2 weeks in Europe.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of Guinness there they can drink now. Where are they playing next week? Berlin or something? Germany?
No, at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
So they're playing in right near London. Where the hell is that?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
London. All right. Yep. Very good. Well, we got a game Buffalo today, and it's the most lopsided spread. 14.5 is that number right now. Ramon, it touched 15.5 briefly, went back down to 14.5. Total in this game, universally 48.5. Saints could be the worst team in football. The Bills could be the best team in football. Josh Allen, I don't know how the numbers are going to go with Josh Allen because it could be a blowout, but what are we seeing here in this one?
Yeah, and I've tried to give the Saints a little bit of credit each week, but it kind of hasn't worked out, right? Rattler, he's like on a free roll here a little bit. What are you going to do? He'll lose another game? So, look, the Saints will give it their best opportunity, and maybe the Bills could take a week off. I don't say they lose the game, but maybe they could just come up a little bit unmotivated here, if you will, at home, expected to win by 2 touchdowns. I think they will. I'll still take them here in this one. Really, can the Saints – look, I love these receivers. I love Kamara in there, and I feel bad that they can't get Rattler on track. Feels like really the problems, though, still lie on the other side of the ball a little bit. So I'll take the Bills to rock here. That might be a square play, but, I think the spread says it all here when you got the best. Yeah, I'd say it. The best team against the worst team right now, Holden. I think it is.
What up, Jay Graham? Drop your best bets in the chat, everybody. We will continue to move on this slate, but first, Josh Allen 11-0 straight up as a 14-point home favorite, but 4-5-2 against the spread. So there's not a fait accompli, my friend. We got Tennessee at Houston. This is interesting. Texans have been extremely disappointing in my eyes. And then the Titans on the other side have had a lot of problems. Cam Ward, when he is kind of on his own and trying to make something happen, he makes some remarkable throws. The problem is, this is a really bad football team. But to back Houston at 7.5 points, total 39.5. I don't know about backing Houston, man.
Okay, so Callahan gives up the play calling duties, turns it over to his quarterback coach this week. I mean, Callahan can't win as the head coach. How are you going to win as a play caller, right? For sure. So, no, too many. Look, both teams struggling here, obviously, here right now. So who can cover a game by a touchdown? I'd rather try the Titans here to get the money, at least in this one. It's got to be an ugly game, right? Definitely one of the low totals. If not, it is the low total of the week here, right? We're going to have a hard time getting to 40 points in this one. So that does technically favor a little bit of the dog roll. Whenever you get these touchdown favorites and you have a lower total, the points become that much more valuable. I am going to grab the Titans. It's going to be a hard sell for sure, because if you look at some of their spread numbers, they don't add up. You're not really covering games here. But look, I'm a Stroud fan. I'm trying to get these Texans going here, but they're really never getting rolling on offense. So I've got to grab this touchdown here with Tennessee, probably a game that stays under.
Cleveland visits the Lions. This is a 1:00 game, 44.5 total. Again, just about everywhere. It's a 10-point spread. And I will say this, the Cleveland defense has been as good as any defense in the football league to this point. They have shut down some really big offenses. We saw what they did to the Packers. So, Detroit, a different animal though. They're at home. Cleveland has had some issues. I think my number one bet from this one will be to tie and be the anchor, Joe Flacco interception in the anchor of any interception parlay. He could lose his job today too. The Lions cover this. It looks too right at 9.5.
Look, I like the spot here actually for Cleveland, at least to maybe stay within this number. I know, look, I agree with you. I mean, this defense right now, Packers maybe number one the way they're going defensively, but the Browns have shown that the defense is certainly legit. Flacco's the man you want in here right now, at least out of the options that the Browns would have if they went away from him here. The Lions they're a team that definitely can get caught up sometimes in playing a little bit down to their opponents here. So, look, I'd rather grab these points, and I'm going to look to go under with this Cleveland defense. Look, Detroit's defense had obviously an outstanding game. I'm not saying it'll be a letdown because, man, they really got after Lamar last week. I mean, that who gets after Lamar like that? Well, I guess the Lions did, right? That was really a step up for their defense here. So as long as they think they can do the job here against Flacco, and like I said, I don't mind this matchup for Cleveland's offense here, just as long as they can stay away from the sacks. Now that's a hard thing. Just seeing we saw Lamar got sacked 7 times, but I think the adjustments will be made here. I think Cleveland can adjust, and with Judy and with Tillman in there, Tillman's got to step up. I think they can stay within the number. Maybe under is my favorite play. I think everyone's going over on this game. I'm feeling a little bit contrarian here. I'm going to go under 44 with Cleveland and Detroit, and Browns maybe to stay in there for sure in this one. I'm thinking a little bit of a letdown after such a big performance from the Lions last week, and you think you're probably going to win this game. So
I really love this Cleveland defense. Again, it's just going into Detroit is the big issue at this point. Commanders visiting the Falcons. Marcus Mariota, Bill Krosky-Merritt is going to be here in the game today. 43.5 total. Falcons 2.5-point favorites at home against the Commanders. Listen, Penix has not looked good. Penix kind of taking a step back here, and the Commanders though, a lot of issues. McLaurin, they're without Daniels, they're without a lot of stuff. The Falcons can cover this, no? Or
yeah,
I think the points on the road.
No. I think the line move is kind of right here, right? With continuing to move up, even seeing some threes juice to the Commanders a little bit here right now, and that's the way I feel too. Look, I'm all jacked up for Bill Merritt too here, but we were kind of on him a little bit. Mariota surprised me. He's still got some wheels, kind of like this old man right here, Holden. I can get out there and motor a little bit. Oh yeah, man, for 57, believe it. But for me, I think in this one, the tough matchup here for Debo. You're going to need Debo to kind of get off here a little bit. And Luke McCaffrey, I don't know if he's really moved up here a notch. Look, Atlanta covers the tight. One thing they do, cover tight ends very well. Zach Ertz, you're going to need him in this game, and he might get knocked down a little bit. I'm kind of okay with Penix here, still giving him the benefit of the doubt. I know people are already ready to make the quarterback change mid-game here if it's not working out for Atlanta. I mean, I guess we can see Cousins quarterback somewhere else before he gets in there with the Falcons here right now. But with Mooney, with McLeod, I think they can. I think this will be a better matchup for Atlanta, at least this week. I didn't fade the Commanders like a lot of people coming into this season. Talk about fading, meaning taking them a step down from what they did last year. I kind of thought they'd still kind of be at least the same level or step up because I think they made the signings that they needed. It's just they're a little banged up this week. So I think the Falcons will probably get it done. Preferably, I like the under. Look at the move from 45 and a half down to 43 here. And I think that's the way it's going to go.
Ramon, big boost here for the Bucs as they take on the Eagles today. They're at home in Tampa, but Godwin's back. Tristan Wirfs is back. And let's not forget that the Bucs beat the Eagles up pretty good last year. So 33-16 final score. Baker had 347 and 2 touchdowns. If there is a team today that I think could cover the spread, I mean, the Bucks are getting 3.5 points at home. They're getting some reinforcements. Then again, it's the Eagles minus 3.5. I'll tell you this, if the Eagles get on the board first, I could easily see myself jumping in on the Tampa Bay side today. Where are you at in this game?
Well, don't you wish in a situation like the Bucks were coming in off a loss or some kind of bitter loss or something, right? You don't want them in there 3-0 necessarily, but the most often overlooked team right now, right? The Bucks are practically division champs every year. Baker's, since he's come in, he's been the man. This has been a great situation for Baker through all the situations he's been through that little episode of trying to just find a team to take him. This is the perfect team for him here. Eagles coming off an emotionally high victory. These are the NFL spots you want to look to go against. They needed every ounce of those 2 blocked field goals and that just to get that cover. Well, we were on it. I was on it last week. The Rams, they're in that game, so I was part of that bitter bunch after that one. But look, I think this one, 45 here. I think don't forget about these defenses. Kind of what I want to say. Bucks a little banged up too, though, in the right in the receiving core here. But now I want those points. I want the points with the Bucks. Maybe the Eagles will find a way to get it done in the end. But look, this is 2 3-0 teams here right now. This is a great game. It feels like a big game for a week 4 game. I'm sure the Bucks could afford a loss maybe in this division, and I'd rather take the points so here. And I think the defenses will be on point in this one. How about the Bucks, Holden? First team in 55 years to win their first to win 3 consecutive games, all on the touchdown in the last minute of the game.
Ooh, should be a fun game then.
Yeah, talk about emotional highs, though. They have it too going on a little bit.
My guy Kenny Peacock in the chat, he's on fire right
Kenny,
now. Browns Lions over 44. So he likes the over in that game. Smash the like button, you get a second. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, NTH Sports Picks. Get off the old one, come to the new one, NTH Sports Picks. I'm just watching the Carson Wentz is a disaster, man. That's all. He's an absolute disaster. Anyways, Panthers, Patriots. Ugh. 5.5 point favorites are the Patriots at home. 42.5 is the total. Make this quick. This is gross.
I'll take the Panthers. The Patriots can't cover anything against anybody. Come on, 5.5 points. Who do we think we're playing here? I know we're dealing with the Panthers team that obviously is not looking too great here right now. But hey, you know what? I kind of like the running game. If Chubb can get going here a little bit, I don't mind this Panthers running game. This is a more even matchup than 5.5 certainly right now. I'd almost want to take a spot on with the Panthers here, maybe even a little money line play. Just because I don't think we're seeing great football here, obviously, in this game. And I think that's going to allow the Panthers maybe to sneak up on them here a little bit, maybe stay within this number for sure. I'm not interested in laying anything like this with the Patriots right now with May. I don't know if May is ever going to be the answer here right now. Now, I will say this, the Patriots will be able to run the football here. Panthers looking terrible, but in vice versa, I think Hubbard can also go here. Probably a low-scoring game, actually 43 here in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the points and figure it's going to probably be an under Chuba. Chuba may get 100 here.
I'm going to say this, by the way, this Ireland game has all of a sudden gotten interesting again. And let's not forget, okay, that's got to be God, Carson Wentz. No NFL game's ever over. No NFL game is ever over, and it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, Pittsburgh could have took a field goal in there, Holden, at the 4-yard line, and they thought, rather make it, and you don't want to ever make a two-score game, but now the touchdown and field goal is a little bit different here because all the Vikings need to do is get about 25 more yards to get in field goal range.
Yep, we'll see. Chargers, Giants now. There's only a couple guys I tail. Keg's one of them. Another guy is Chris Raybon. Guy helped get into the business. Love him. And he said, listen, man, see if the Giants, if you can get 7 points today, go after them. And this was earlier in the week, and I found a 7 minus 20. It's now 6.5 everywhere, 6.5 everywhere else. I think Jackson Dart is going to run a ton today. Scatabo looks like a stud. For now, the question is, can the defense do what they did to the Chiefs last week? I'm going to tail him on this. I'm going to take the 7 points. It's 6.5, 6 everywhere else, Ramon.
I'm rooting for Jackson Dart. I'm a Chargers fan. I think the Chargers can get the win and the cover here today. I am going to lay it. I'm hoping for Dart and the to get it going here, and just the Giants need something, but to me, there's some functionality of the whole Giants organization, right? You see a guy like Daniel Jones go off to Indianapolis and all of a sudden kind of resurrect his career. The problems are in the Giants organization here, maybe not even with Jackson Dart. He might go out there and look terrible, and he still might be a decent quarterback that maybe if he was with the right team, I don't think the Giants are ever the right team. Certainly they can maybe stay within this number. I know this is a pretty big here, biggest road favorite, I think, of the week, right? Other than the Pack as well. So Chargers trying for their first 4-0 start, holds as 2002. And I know I'm getting a little nervous because everybody's putting them up there at number 2 now after the Ravens kind of looked so crummy last week and they got the lead over the Chiefs. 3-0 in the division so far. It's like being 6-0. Really, if you look at it, Chargers are in a great spot. Could this be a little bit of a letdown? Harbaugh doesn't let you let down. So I'm going to go against you here a little bit. If I had to take a different side to it, since you're on the Giants, I'd look to go under here. It's already been a 2-point move to the low side here. Chargers defense. I don't want to say a 3-0 team can have an underrated defense, but I think that's what you're looking at with the Chargers.
Smash the like button. You get a second. Hope you're watching on the NTH Sports Picks YouTube channel, not the old one. Go to YouTube. NTH Sports Picks. And also, we extended our deal. NFL 40 is the code up there. newthhouse.com/pricing. NFL 40, 40% off your first payment of a monthly plan. And we are jacking our prices up come October 1st. It's just too profitable here. So that's something that we will be doing. The game is now over. The Steelers end up beating the Vikings. That was a good finish to that game. Colts Rams. Right? Danny Dimes, unstoppable. On the other side, we got the Rams. And I must say, that was hopefully the worst beat I'm going to take this year. The Rams have a chance to win on a last-second field goal in Philly. Kicks blocked, fat man touchdown. It was such an awful, awful loss. Rams 3.5-point favorites at home, though. 49.5 total. Expecting a lot of points in this game. Can the Rams cover more than a field goal against this team? I think the Rams are really good, by the way.
No, I do too, but I think the Colts are actually decent too. I think they already kind of were getting it going with Steichen a little bit. And the thing with Richardson, I think kind of threw them for a little bit of a loop, if you will. And look, to me, sometimes I said it last week, we were talking about the Colts. Sometimes, like I said with Dart, maybe you got to find the right situation. Indiana Jones is now the nickname here, Holden. And I think the Colts are in a pretty good situation because they have a running game. I think that's the important thing right now for the Colts is when you have a guy like Taylor, a top 3 back in the league here, that is a great equalizer. So I think the number looks high. The Rams have a great defense. The Colts have a running game. I think the Colts on their home track, maybe they get a little bit more of a track meet. I still know we have a controlled environment here in LA, but I would think that this number of the total here actually looks a little bit high to me, and I think the Colts do hang in there within a field goal today. I think you got a good game here. I think the Rams know that. I agree with you, Holden. I've got the Rams. They're rated high right now, but I think the Colts situation, if I could say for real, right, I'm not throwing them in the Super Bowl or anything like that, but I'm definitely saying a playoff contender because you got a running game, you're playing some defense right now, and you got maybe if you just want to call him a game manager with Daniel Jones right now. I think the Colts situation is pretty good. NFC, interconference game as well, kind of favor the dog a little bit. So I'm going dog and under.
I got some interesting stuff for you for our next game, and that's going to be the Jags visiting the Niners. Jags getting 3.5 on the road. Purdy's back, 45.5 total. The number one defense, according to EPA coming in this week, was the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, that really didn't work out that well today. Who's number 2 in EPA? Tell me.
Yeah, I guess you're going to tell me the Jags.
The Jags are 2. The Packers are 3. The Niners are 4. Now, Purdy's back. CMC there. Jawan Jennings going to play. Full arsenal coming up here for the Niners outside of Kittle, of course, and Ayuk's not coming back anytime soon. So let's face that. But this should be an interesting one. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I know we're on Pearsall here big time. I like what Lime Cohen's done with this offense. Now, Lawrence is going to have to pass. And I think we throw Trevor Lawrence in the interception parlay too. I think he's going to have to pass. I wouldn't be shocked if this game went under, but I like the Jaguars more with the points. How about you?
Well, I do too, but I was surprised that both these receivers are going to make this lineup. It's really just been over the last, if I'm not mistaken, today that they've really been upgraded here with Pearsall. I know yesterday they said expected to play, so I was actually surprised that both guys made the lineup. It does kind of worry me a little bit here. And look, Purdy's fine. Purdy's great. Well, I don't want to go that far, but to me, it's the same quarterback with Jones. Yeah, I know Purdy's got the winning percentage and everything, but I think Jones has found himself in a spot too. And I don't know if they should have rushed Purdy back necessarily. Hope he doesn't bang that toe again. At least they have an okay backup here. But look, they told us the Jaguars would be better offensively with Cohen. I know we tried to kick ATN out of the lineup, and they got a second back, change of pace back in Tootin. I think that's been another key for Jacksonville here. So I like this Jacksonville team. It feels like they'll find a way to, end up not looking that great in the end, but maybe with a different coach here this season, it can work out. So taking a field goal here with Jacksonville, I think that's what I'm going to be about here. And I think Jacksonville for me to stay in this one with the 49ers and make it a little bit of a game here. I like them moving forward. I hope they continue to improve right now. And as far as the Niners, look, man, can you really run CMC that much? Man, the workload is heavy, Holden. I'm worried. I don't want to get this guy hurt again, but geez, can we just lay off the touches? I know we need him, but
they can't. They can't lay off the touches with him. They just can't. They had Mac Jones. They had Jennings injured. They had to give the guy work, and I think they'll continue to give the guy work in the passing game because they just haven't been able to run. And I don't think it's CMC's fault. And the numbers would say that too. He's averaging less than 3.5 yards per carry, but he's getting no space. He's getting hit behind the line of scrimmage too much. You look at him in the passing game, though.
Has more receiving yards than passing yards, right?
It's not even close. 176 on the ground, 213 through the air. I mean, you do the numbers there. That's 70 yards a game almost. So a little over 70 yards a game in the passing game. So that's going to be something big to look at this afternoon. We have two more 4:00 games. They're both 4:25 games. Want to remind everybody after this, we will have the boys alongside Kegger live betting every 1:00 and 4:00 game right here on the NTH Sports Picks YouTube channel. And then after that, Sunday Night Football, me, Keg, and the boys betting the Sunday Night Football game tonight between the Packers and the Cowboys. I think there's going to be some juicy stuff in that game, especially on the Packers side, that we can attack this Cowboys offense if the numbers haven't been pushed up too much. But here's another game I love. Caleb Williams tore up the Cowboys last week. If the Cowboys are the worst, then the team right next to him is the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm going back to Roma Dunze, got him at 59.5. Think he's around 61, 62.5 this week. I look for Caleb Williams to have another big game. On the other side, Jacoby Myers should be in a nice spot. I think this is the Ashton Genty breakout game against this Bears offense indoors. Let's go. 47.5. Raiders minus 1.5. I don't want to mess with the side. I kind of like the total, but we're sitting here on Sunday morning. Like, do you really want to bet an over on Sunday morning? On the other hand, this was at 48.5, dropped to 47.5 at some books.
Yeah, I can't believe this game is getting that. But, you called out the guys who were supposed to do it today, and this is supposed to be kind of the high-scoring game of the week. Who would have thought? I mean, with these two, right? Because the Raiders certainly can't get their with Geno, they can get it going a little bit. Trey Tucker, breakout game, and I think he is for real. Actually got those all three touchdowns there in that last game. So I, almost prefer him at least on some of these prices over Myers, it feels like here. I agree. I've been talking about it all week with Genty. Maybe I'm just following the script here. Everybody's kind of agreeing this should be. I mean, I've got the Bears ranked last, Holden, as far as a run defense right now in my ratings here. So it will be tough for the Bears to run. They need to counter a little bit. That's one thing the Raiders can do, stop the run, in my opinion, a little bit. And I think Max can pressure get to Williams here. Maybe Williams might be on the run. That it worries me. So I'm glad you have confidence that Williams can come through. Adunze certainly has to be the man here today. I'm not so sure. I know DJ Moore. You look at what he's done so far. He's kind of gotten his. He's gotten his so far. So good. But I think this is a spot for the Raiders to get a win here. I'm going to take the Raiders at home.
Again, last week, Cowboys, they were 31st in EPA against the pass. Raiders 27th in EPA against the pass. Caleb Williams back in the circle of trust this week. And then last but not least, Ravens Chiefs. Would have been more excited about this, except the Chiefs kind of stink right now. Ravens, though, they're 1-2. They need this win too. 2.5-point favorites at Arrowhead, 48.5 total. What are we doing here?
Boy, they put these crappy teams on these primetime games, but all kidding aside,
teams.
right? I mean, one of these teams is going to walk out of this game 1-3. Yeah. Which one will it be, right? I don't know if I trust the Ravens on the road right now, given what I saw defensively. The Chiefs we know. Mahomes owns Lamar. When these two teams match up, have the Ravens stayed ahead of them that much here? Are we really expecting the Chiefs to really decline this year? Look, I'm happy the Chargers are winning these division games and got the lead, because they're going to need every one of them, because the Chiefs are going to be coming, and we're a little bit, you're in Denver, maybe we're a little bit worried here about taking that next step right now with the Broncos. So I think the Chiefs getting a couple points here at home, and the way they always play tough against the Ravens here, I think I'm interested in going back to them. I'm not burying the Chiefs yet from any kind of playoff contention or anything like that. Even if they're, 9-8, 10-7, what are they going to be? Right around there?
They get Worthy back. They get Worthy back.
Worthy, right? We did. I mean, remember, he went out and basically the first series, second series of the game, and hasn't been seen since. So that's a big addition to that lineup tonight. And if anything, we've seen, I think, a little bit of that Ravens situation right now. Like I said, we've never seen a defense like this from the Ravens over the last few years, for sure. So I'm going to have to take the Chiefs here in this one. I know that number is pretty high. Remember when the Chiefs used to be almost an automatic under at home? Remember there was about within the last year and a half, they had were on a streak of like 15 of 16 unders at home, and they're starting to go under again a little bit. So I don't know, 48 or 47.5, whatever it is. Maybe it'll be an exciting game, but I don't know if it's going to be. I'll take the Chiefs and maybe go under here.
Game day guru Lamar 4+ passing touchdowns at 9-1. Okay, we got to get our guy Derrick Henry to stop fumbling. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Unbelievable. I mean,
yeah. Futon Betts is.
Oh, hi, Futon.
That's your boy, huh? And then we got Ernie, who's not counting out the Chiefs because Rice is coming back. So you can't count the Chiefs out, but 1-3. Woo, they're going to be battling for a wild card spot at that point and a long way uphill. Ramon, I always let you plug your personal stuff. What else is going on, pal?
Well, I mean, you can catch me right here at Nuke the House, too, with my college football picks as well. I'm part of the team here at Nuke the House. You can catch me every morning on my own morning show over at the Sports Money Network. I do a little preview there every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific with the morning's team. And Holden, I'm going crazy here. I've added another show, a late night show over on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. Catch me on Night Moves, get a little bit of a different vibe at 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 Pacific. They always say, when do I sleep, Holden? When I'm not on any of these shows.
Well, get some sleep, bro, but not today. We got football all day, all night, 1 o'clock Eastern time. That's about, 5 minutes from now. The boys, Keg and the boys, will be betting the 1 and 4 o'clock slates. Then we'll be on for Sunday Night Football as well. Packers, Cowboys. I wonder if there's a lot of overs in that game. Michael Golden, we're on him already. For Ramon, I'm Holden. I want to thank everyone. Huh? What'd you say?
Rushing and receiving for
Rushing
Golden.
and receiving? Oh, okay.
Well, they're running with him, too.
I hear what you're saying. Okay. He's Ramon. I'm Holden. Let's go Nuke these back.